Here's all frog here. Let's play GeoGuessr. It is Tuesday, so it's time for the Reddit challenge. This one, it comes by way of 0321654. It's another state capitals because everything else looked dumb this week. So we're just playing state capitals again. It's still there, and it's still the newest house in town. That's crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should watch live on Twitch. So for the uninitiated, the state capitals challenge means wherever we are, we cannot move. We just have to do it as it is. Minnesota Street. Okay. We can rotate. That's about it. There's an entrance and a van entrance. But they both go into the same garage. So what's... seems an unnecessary, arbitrary restriction. They're going into the same garage and the exits are the same size. What do you mean? Weird, isn't it? Robert Street Municipal Ramp. So we know we're at Robert Street. Between Minnesota... Oh no, that is Robert. Darn. We're on some random street between Robert and Minnesota. There is a time limit. Passenger loading zone ends. It's the golden rule. We're on 7th Street. Okay. Between Minnesota and Roberts. The plates kind of look like Minnesota plates. Now let's try it. Let's go to MSP and see if we can find a Robert Street. Down here. First off, is this 7th Street or 7th Avenue? It says street. So, are the streets numbered? That's a 2nd Street. They are numbered. 7th Street also looks to be Lyndale Avenue. That looks very weird. Let's go downtown. 3rd Avenue, 3rd Street. Okay. 7th Street. There's 7th Street. Is there a Minnesota Street? And is there a Roberts Street? Hennepin. Marquette. 3rd, 4th, 5th Avenues. Portland Park. Chicago. All over the place. Minnesota, you gotta work on your names here. Alright, then we get screwed. Cedar. 20th. I mean, this doesn't look like downtown Minneapolis. Alright, let's cross the river then. Let's go to the St. Paul part of the show. 10th Street, 9th Street, 7th Place. No Minnesota Street. It's unfortunate. Wait, there's a Robert Street. It crosses into here. Ooh. Are we actually on 7th Place? Jackson, is this Minnesota? It is. We're in here. Guys, we're in here. Are we closer to one or the other? We're arguably closer to Roberts. Not by much, so I'm okay with that guess. Give me some points, would you? I'm sorry? There's a 7th Street and a 7th Place. I've been had. I've been had. There's the bridge. Darn it. Apparently this is all that's going to happen to me today. $49.99, $49.99, $49.99. How are you supposed to get this? Good Lord. 4th Ward, the Kindizzi School. I don't know what that first letter is. It's the O 4th Ward. Plates are very blurry. Good job, Google. F.E. Street. Chicago? 4th Ward? Which means there's a way more letters than just one before Indizzi. Trying to think of what capital... Chicago's not the capital of Illinois, though. capital ends in an O? Sacramento? Are those California plates? I don't think so. Does Sacramento look like this? Quick, Jay, does Sacramento look like this? You don't have to tell me if I'm right or wrong, like whether it is or is not Sacramento. I'm just asking, does Sacramento look like this? That doesn't look like a California plate. And I can't see any front of the car straight on to know. The houses are wrong for California. Okay. Like looking at each state, trying to come up with the capital. I can't come up with another one that's Orlando. That doesn't look like Orlando. Also, I don't think that's Florida, the capital of Florida. It's the capital of Florida is Jacksonville, isn't it? No, Tallahassee. It's Tallahassee. What's the capital of North Carolina? Is it Greensboro? Charlotte? Durham? I can't think of any capital that ends in an O. Raleigh, oh yeah. I literally can't think of any. So okay, so that's a false lead. Man, I just want to move. I mean, it looks like it's the Northeast. No? Oh, to be fair, I have seen that house in California. But you're right, like this stuff doesn't look quite right. White? Who paints their fire hydrants white? Wish I could read that. It looks like a P. I know there's a timer. I don't know. That's wrong. What's the capital of Pennsylvania? I don't even know. We're in Albany. Looks kind of Albany-ish. How do I not remember the state capitals anymore? This is embarrassing. The Old 4th Ward. It was the D. Old 4th Ward. We're outside the Condesi School at Old 4th Ward. Jesus God. How did... Yeah, Sacramento does. I knew that one. But I couldn't think of any others. And the problem is it wasn't an O, it was a D. Talking about the Old 4th Ward. God, Atlanta, I hate you. You've screwed me so many times. This is a tough one. Like, this challenge as a whole. How are you supposed to get this? Senate Luxury Street Suites. Okay. Yeah, Fargo's not capital. It's MSP. Although is Fargo in North Dakota? It's right on the border, so I don't remember. North Dakota's capital is Bismarck. So that's what we're talking about. Because I can never remember if Fargo's in North Dakota or in Minnesota, because I think it's right on the line. The more I say it, though, the more it sounds like North Dakota, which capital is, as mentioned, Bismarck. South Carolina is Charleston, isn't it? I don't know what clue you're supposed to get in this location at all. This looks like an absolute dead location. Like I was using a 5 for the S. New hours. Colombia. Oh, right. I used to know them all. Alphabetically, no less. Now I do not. I'm getting ready to just write off this challenge, to be fair. All I've got is there are no front plates. The back plates are white. You've got this kind of a tree. Only know a few can't be bothered to learn. Never been to the U.S. So that's all right. Where are you from, if you don't mind my asking? You don't have to give me, like, your address or anything. Just... Ugh. Like, I want to say Lansing, but it feels a little too open to be Lansing. But no front plates. It's sort of a Michigan-looking plate. It could be. I mean, these trees are in Michigan, but it's not a lot to go on. Now, what the hell else am I going to guess? Yeah, it's vaguely residential community in Michigan. There you go. Up there, it's fine. It's in Topeka, as it turns out. Nah, Columbus is way too built up for that. I guess Lansing kind of is too. Right down there. Those new hours for Cohen Automotive. Okay. I don't know how people get these. Like, what? Anyone who gets a good score on this, I have to assume is cheating. On this location in particular. There's nothing in the graffiti that indicates one thing or another. If you happen to magically know what those buildings look like, well, good for you. But that's hot trash. I mean, just to say, oh, there's a river through it. Yeah, there's a river through a lot of capitals. Juneau is the largest state capital by area. 4 times as big as Oklahoma City. Yes, this is U.S. only. Live Key? Welcome to the stream. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Albany. I guess it could be. I mean, it could be anywhere with a frickin' river through it. Does Albany have a river in it? I imagine it does. Most capitals do, because that's where you build most of your cities. Oh, that's the Hudson, though. Yeah, the Hudson's huge. This isn't the Hudson. Lefkey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the pod. Thank you for hopping on over. You think it is the Hudson? Well, first off, what is this bridge? Right? To me, it looks like a rail bridge, but I don't know. There's 2 bridges in a row. Let's talk about that. There's 2 bridges next to each other. So, show me where there's 2 bridges next to each other along the Hudson. I'll wait. Unless it's this time. This is a rail bridge. So it's the Livingston Avenue Bridge, and then what we see in what is way too close to be 90, which it's not. If I get this wrong, is this the mile? Are you telling me that this is part of the Scioto Mile? Which, by the way, telling me if I get this wrong is like a complete dead giveaway. So if this is a Scioto, and we're on the mile, sure. We're underneath this. Or are we under the Main Street Bridge? And that's the thing. This doesn't look like cars, though. Doesn't look like it's downtown either. Like, whatever. But, like, here's the thing. Those buildings don't look like anything. I don't come into town from here. I live in the north, man. Anytime I come into downtown, I'm coming from up here. I never see this. Literally, I never see this. And it's not the miles up here. But the point of the matter is I never see that. Ever. So, there you go. Thanks for the complete giveaway. But I would have never figured that out by those buildings. They look completely unfamiliar. I mean, immediately I want to say Omaha. Giant train yard in the middle of a capital. Omaha. Done. Next. Well, there won't be next. This is the last one, but... You recognize Columbus almost immediately? Well, good for you. I did not. Oh, what are you? Well, that is Kansas, but we've already been in Topeka. So what the hell? Can you be in the same one twice in the same challenge? Because that looks like the damn sunshine of Kansas. Sunflower, or whatever it is. Not Detroit. Definitely not Detroit. Detroit doesn't have a rail yard like this. I guess the closest one would be the Rouge plant, but it's not even that size. So like if you go in, let me just go into Detroit here for a minute. So like if you want to see the big rail yard, the biggest you can get is basically here. But also notice there aren't a lot of, they don't cross many streets, right? The way the rail yards are set up in Detroit, even now, it respects the car. This is the best part you can get, is right here, I guess. But it's just, it doesn't look like this. But it's a respectful guess. There's also that. Detroit's not the capital. It's Lansing. Which is why I zoomed in Lansing on that other one. No, I mean, it looks like... Well, Lincoln would be the capital, right? Not Omaha. So it looks like maybe Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, maybe we're here, but that doesn't look right. It's just the same problem. There's a giant rail yard, but... Like, where do the rails actually cross the streets? The answer is not many places. And that looks like freaking Kansas. All right, so let's just go to Topeka. Right? Because maybe it could be twice. First off, why can I not find... There it is. I mean, they've got this thing right here on 6th Avenue. Screw it. You can be in Topeka twice. I did not know that. There you go. I lost. What a shocker. Well, because I didn't get Atlanta. Atlanta was the worst. And then the fact that I got Topeka twice. Come on now. Congratulations to Philip Hurst for winning this challenge. I was 6th? With that score, I was 6th? That's hard to believe. Absolutely crazy. But hey, there you go. That is, of course, findable on the GeoGuessr subreddit. Go to reddit.com/r/GeoGuessr for more challenges like that. Speaking of more challenges, stick around Twitch because there are plenty of challenges yet to come. And YouTube, all you got to do is wait until tomorrow. There will be another episode. For this one, though, we're all set. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated to everything as it happens. Until next time, cheers.